Happy Mardi Gras! And welcome to another episode of Tales from the Parade Route. Tonight, we have some luckiness around us as we've got a very magical group with us. The lovely ladies of Crescent City Fae. Good evening, ladies.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming. So, for starters, tell us a little bit about the origins of the group. How'd y'all come to be?
So myself and there's 3 founding members, and we all came from other crews and had great experiences, but we looked around, and in a city that is filled with like everything, we noticed that there wasn't a crew specifically devoted to magic. There are crews that touch on it, but not specifically like fairies and folkloric creatures. And so we just decided, you know what, we are going to take our experiences from other crews and kind of fill in some blanks that we felt for us personally were missing. None of us wanted to be in something super large. We wanted to find a crew that we would know like every single person's name, their family members' names, their pets' names, where we could kind of build something that wasn't just about parading, but kind of having the camaraderie and the commitment to the city and the surrounding areas and giving back. So we just started kind of poking around and figuring out how we could do that. And the 3 of us just kind of started begging our friends to be part of it. And, and here we are. This is our 7th season. We got our 501c37 in 2016, had our first auditions in April of 2017, and our first role in 2018.
All right.
That's moving pretty quick.
It was pretty quick, but see the begging of the friends. They had no choice.
You're right, though. Like, you do kind of travel with a smaller group comparatively, but it seems like, I mean, it's a full group, don't get me wrong, but it's not like this massive, stretch for a block sort of group.
Yep. Yeah, we're at about 35. And quite honestly, we're probably at half capacity would be generous, maybe even like 2/3 capacity of what we'd ever want to be. Yeah.
Well, plus it lends itself more to costuming anyway. Y'all have kind of a more elaborate setup, so it kind of shows up more with fewer people, I guess. You can see everybody's, get up a little better.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we just want our members to feel their worth for sure. Like we want everybody to know that they've got a voice and that they matter to our crew. Not that other crews don't feel that way as well, but that was really important to us. And part of that to us was being very small so that we could really concentrate on knowing our people and making sure that we could do our best to meet their needs and what they were looking for on the route.
So, you'd mentioned y'all did y'all's first auditions. Do y'all do auditions every year? I mean, what's that process like? So
far we do. So our goal is once we kind of feel out capacity for, they're called the sprites, is the dancing element, then we won't. Then we won't audition anymore until we have like a chunk that we're missing, like people are leaving, moving, whatever have you, then we'd audition again. So generally speaking, we take like 2 to 5 people at auditions. And our auditions are pretty small compared to other crews. We don't usually have like in the hundreds that some of the crews are getting. We do a lot of groundwork beforehand, like a lot of email correspondence with people who are interested to kind of let them know exactly what to expect, who we are, where we might differ from other crews, and make sure that it's really something they think is going to be a good fit for them, because what's the point if you're not having like a really good time with your people, right? And so then we do have a dance audition, so basic knowledge of dance is helpful and important, mostly just for a safety aspect. Dancing down a route, it's good to know how your body is moving. And then we have kind of a collective with it, so a lot of our returning members come to our auditions and help chat with people, help them during the audition process, like actually dancing with them, because we want to see that integration and that camaraderie. So it is about a basic dance ability, but it's also about like a natural flow and how these people are coming into our crew, how they mingle with our people, how our people feel about them, how they feel about us. It's as much an audition for them as it is for us. Oops, I hit my thing. We want them to feel out if it seems like it's a place that they want to be,
And I think it's worth mentioning it's not just dancers. Speaking as a non-dancing member, I think that's something that makes this crew really special is I think some crews can feel a hierarchy of dancers and non-dancers, and this crew is very much equal. With there are dancing members, there are non-dancing members, and everyone's a part of the crew.
Yeah,
Yes,
I wanted to
very
say,
much.
I didn't really. I mean, not that y'all didn't dance, but I didn't think of y'all as a dance crew. Like, it's more of a. I don't know how to even say it, but it wasn't primarily all dancers.
I think that's a testament to how involved everyone is, because we'll always say dancing members and non-dancing members, but really choreographed dancing members and non-choreographed dancing members, because certainly no one in our crew is walking down the route like,
Right.
Yes.
they're all getting involved.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody kind of has a little act going on. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know how to really.
Yeah. Well, it's really important to us, kind of like what Ruby was saying about, a lot of crews, the way they're set, and it works wonderfully for them, where they have the specific members that are the show. Mm-hmm. They're the dancers, they're the whatever the show is, and then they have their support people, their support staff, their support crew. And that's amazing, but it's different for us. So ours are just different people within the organization. So the dancers are called sprites. They're elementals. Earth, air, fire, water.
Yeah.
Then we have the pixies, which are a non-choreographed dancing fairy. And then we have elves, which is Ruby. And then we have pans, or satyrs. And as a non-choreographed member, when you start coming and chatting with us and kind of feeling out the crew, you get to pick which one of those you think embodies you and kind of play with your costuming and stuff. And then on the route, you might not be doing the choreographed dancing, but certainly they're always doing something. They're always dancing and having a great time. They don't ever hold things for the dancers or tote and fetch for the dancers. It's very much everybody helping everybody.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit unique to us.
So y'all don't have any room currently for dancers?
So we're closed for the season. Yeah, sorry.
We could make an exception.
Yeah, I
If you
mean,
want to audition right
just let's see some moves right here. Let's see some basic
Always
steps.
surprised.
Right, yeah. But come April, we audition in April, so I'll look to see your names on the list. And that's a really good thing to bring up, actually. So far, we have only female dancers, but we are completely co-ed and completely
male members,
inclusive.
don't you?
We have male members, just no
Yeah.
choreographed male dancers.
Currently.
Currently. But we are 100% inclusive, so all roles are open to everyone. So we'd love to see everybody come on out
Oh,
for
you don't want to
auditions.
see me dance.
I do, I really do.
I do like highlight the rest of them though, because everybody else would look phenomenal. Like by comparison, they're like, well, look, they didn't fall on their face,
Well, that's why we practice.
Right.
Yeah,
That's the whole point.
I don't know if that would help.
It would. I assure you it would. It would.
So you mentioned y'all's male members. One that kind of points that sticks in my mind is it's a real tall
Majestic.
like
is
it's
the word.
yeah.
It could be majestic. Yeah. The pan with the big
Yeah.
horns. Yes. He is also a founder of the
Okay.
crew. And funny enough, this season he decided he wanted to try being an elf. And he has found through a couple of the parades now that perhaps it's not his level of majesty that
Yeah.
he's feeling in his soul. So we believe he's returning to Pan next season, but he'll be an elf for the rest of this year. But yeah, he's a funny one. He's also my husband. But so
You're gonna tell them what to do.
I just say, hey, you're a
Strongly
founder as well, so surely you want to do all of these tasks.
And he agrees.
Very
He does.
diplomatic
He does very much, yes.
of you. Do you know which parade you're in this year? Have y'all settled that?
Me again? Oh, me again. So we are doing. So we just had Crew of Boo, and now what is up next? We've got
The Christmas-
the
the
Children's
Children's
Hospital
Christmas Parade.
Holiday Parade, and then we roll Krampus, and then we roll St. Francisville's Country Christmas Parade, and then after that for Mardi Gras we are with Crew Ferret, Druids, and Tux.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, it's a really good time. So it's a very busy weekend for the Fae.
Yeah.
So we do the holiday parade in the morning, Krampus that night, and then St. Francisville the next morning.
Oh wow.
So we all sleep very heavily the next week after that. But we have a really great time. Krampus is really unique to us because we don't dance in that parade. We are the escorts for St. Nicholas in that
Okay.
parade. So in a traditional Krampus Alpine Parade, the very end is the coming of the dawn. St. Nicholas is arriving, and he is surrounded by angels. So fairies and our magical creatures, we are the New Orleans answer to the angels around
Weren't
St.
y'all
Nicholas.
at the beginning a couple years ago at the Krampus parade?
So when they did, during COVID, when they did
I think
the
I
in-place
know what I'm talking
version,
about.
he reversed it because it was kind of the leader of Krampus, kind of his silly play on this is like a reverse parade because we're stopped, we're not doing our normal
Yeah.
thing. So he reversed the order, so we were first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, but
I thought
usually
that
we're
was
in the
you
back
guys.
because if you've survived through Krampusnacht into the dawn, then you get to see us. So if you're not naughty, then you'll see
I
us.
was not.
You were naughty.
But I saw y'all.
That's why
Darn it.
Well, at least y'all at the beginning, so yeah.
See, there you go. That was what it was.
So y'all were noticing our shelf here of the decorations. Do y'all have like a special throw that y'all?
Are you shaming us for not bringing you one?
I'm just.
We will most certainly make sure
well,
you get some.
your
Yes.
Yeah, we
have
love
them,
to catch them
yes.
on the parade route.
Haven't
No, we
gotten
would
on
love
the
to.
route.
Oh, perfect. That's awesome. God, you have good luck. Look at that.
Yeah,
But
we
we
have.
beg. We do a lot of
Oh.
begging.
Yeah, there's a lot of
works.
begging,
I find that
groveling.
works.
You
We
know.
look pitiful. Like,
Yes.
oh, there's-
So we do have signature throws that we decorate, hand decorated, and like we mentioned, we have these different roles: the sprites, the pixies, the pans, the elves. We all have different specific throws that we decorate, and
Okay.
so the sprites make these lanterns that are different for each element. The pixies have these pixie wands, or I like to call them pixie sticks, and the elves have these spying spoons that let you see into the magical realm, and the pans have their pan pipes. So
oh, that's a whole collection.
it
It's
is.
a whole
You gotta catch
collection.
them all.
That's right. You got to catch them all. Come out and see us.
So we're gonna be groveling a lot.
Live.
Come on!
Yes.
Yeah,
Hold up
yeah.
your signs. We love, so this is our 7th season, and we're starting to see a lot of signs on the route that are like, I'm missing the fire lantern.
Yeah.
I'm missing my spoon. It's really fun to see that. It makes us so happy. And then for Krampus, we have a special throw. We're doing a play on the traditional shoe at the door that St. Nicholas would fill with his goodies.
Right.
And then putting a little twist, kind of giving a little homage to the muses with their shoe. So we have a little plaster of Paris wooden clog inspired shoe that we're decorating with the traditional gifts of
Okay,
St. Nicholas.
awesome.
Yeah, and you can only get those at Krampus. Yeah. And then for the holiday parades, we have what we call a wish fae. And they're cute little dolls with our likeness, with all the characters' likeness. And it's like your special little wish. You get to put a little wish on it and put it under your pillow or whatever have you. Or your tree, put it on your tree, whatever you want to do.
Okay, that's real cool.
So many options for you guys.
Yeah.
I have a tree that I've disguised as a Christmas tree, but it's all like crew emblems,
Oh,
medallions
that's
on
Oh,
it.
I love it.
That's where we go.
That's a great idea.
Then come January 6th, I change the color to purple, green, and gold.
See?
Uh-huh.
Perfect.
Wonderful tree.
There it is.
Yeah, we do the same thing. That tree stays up for a long. Once it's up, it's staying there for a while.
So what's I guess the regimen throughout the year? Like how often are y'all having practices and gatherings, things like
We
that?
practice. We start practicing in July, and July until about mid-September, we just practice Wednesday nights. Starting mid-September, we add on Saturdays to that as well. So
Okay.
going forward, we're twice a week. And gatherings, because we're a crew that we like to spend a lot of time together, we do a lot of things together. Not only do we have events that we go to together, we volunteer together throughout the season. We also have tons of little internal clubs that we've made. We have a book club, we have a movie club, we have a cooking club.
Garden
and we meet
club,
that way
yeah.
together. So we end up spending a good chunk of time together.
We do.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Y'all do any sort of ball or fundraiser or anything like that?
we do.
We do. It's on Ruby's birthday
It's on my
this
birthday.
time.
Yes. They're throwing me a big party. It's very sweet.
Yeah, it's very kind of us.
It's very kind of us. Yes. So we call it a little play on like the Cajun dancing Fae Dodo. We call it the Fae Dodo, but the Fae Dodo.
Okay.
And it's brand new to us. We just had our first one this past year. and it went really well. We were so thrilled to get to put our stamp. All the crews have their like signature charity event of the year,
Right.
and
That we love to attend.
That we love to attend.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we see y'all at. We make several of the different functions as well, and we see y'all at at all the different functions. So
We show up. That's the thing about us. We are a small crew, but we are at everything.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least a small portion of us is at most things.
Oh yeah, small but mighty. We love to be there. Yeah, so that's it was held in March. It'll be held in March again, and it is just a really fun charitable event. 100% of our proceeds go to charity. So we haven't picked our charity this year, but the theme this year is every year we choose one of our characters to kind of spotlight. Last year was the year of the water sprite.
okay.
And our many went to CRCL, Coastal Restoration for Louisiana. And this year is the year of the fire sprite, and it will be the rise of the phoenix. So, and we haven't voted on a charity yet. We all open it up. Every member can throw out like a suggestion of what we think is important and what like maybe focus for this year, and then we'll all vote as a collective and pick a charity that our money will go to for that. And then we have crew performances. We have all our fellow crews get to come and dance with us, and it's so much fun. We love them so much for coming. And we do a raffle, lots of fun stuff, photo booth, all the fun. It was at the Willow last year. It'll be at the
Okay.
Willow this year.
Awesome.
Your names will be on the list, so come on. Come and
Well,
see us and hang out.
doing it sort of after Mardi Gras because
Right.
there's so
Well,
much jammed in right
exactly.
now that I'm
Yeah.
having to turn things down that I
Yeah.
usually love going to. So
That's what we figured. You have
Yep.
a little bit of a breathing room in between, and then you're ready to party with us
Yeah.
again.
And we are a year-round crew, and so it's a nice way to help extend that so that we're
Right.
continuing on.
well, for me, it just feels like I get to have Mardi Gras for a little longer.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
and as you mentioned, since we like to go to everybody else's stuff, we couldn't put it somewhere where it would make it so we couldn't go to something.
Right.
So we had to pick a time that nobody else had, so we weren't missing out.
Yeah, and there's, like he was saying, with the shortened Mardi Gras season this year,
Yeah.
I know for a fact, like, there's like 5 different things that are all on like King's Day that we usually wouldn't want to miss for the world.
Yeah.
But this year we're having to like put them in a hat and be like,
Right.
okay, we're going to the blah blah blah
Yeah.
event this year.
That's the only diplomatic way to do it this year because there's just too much.
There is
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah. So like the 13th is the Phoenix Ball, Apollo, and what was it? The Stompers Ball is that night too.
Yeah.
Damn it, those are 3 things that I kind of wanted to do this year. So I don't know. Haven't decided on that one yet. Yeah, but every weekend I'm having to decide what to do.
Yeah.
So.
That's just New Orleans life.
Yeah.
It's not a bad problem, but
No.
then, I'm having to say, "Oh, sorry, I didn't come to your event. We went to this."
Right.
Feel a little bad about it, but can't do them all.
When it's a short Mardi Gras, that's how it goes.
Well, March 22nd, Fay Dodo.
Yes.
All right.
March 22nd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully there's nothing else. We haven't seen
what do
anything
y'all
else so
do?
far. I'm sorry?
Where are you having it?
The Willow,
said the
uptown
Willow.
at the Willow.
Oh, the Willow.
Yep. They hosted us last year, and they were exceedingly gracious and wonderful to us. So we asked that we could come back, and they said yes. So apparently we were okay with them as well. So we're glad to be back. We'll be there again. Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, and that's a great venue there too.
It's so much
It
fun.
is. It's a great space.
And very versatile for changing up our theme each year, too.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, kind of a blank slate. And they're so accommodating. I'm pretty sure if I was like, what I want to do is like hang a cannon and just shoot fireballs across the entire bar. Is that cool? They're just like, yeah, sure, why not? Just bring some firefighters, but besides that, it's okay. They're very accommodating when they know it's for charity.
By the way,
so.
we're not going to do that, Willow.
No, that's a shout out. Also,
It is the fire strike, but there won't be cannons. We promise.
there shall be no fire. There will be no real fire. Just the element of fire. That's
Just so you know, I have like 4 or 5 canisters of black powder, just if you need it.
perfect. Wonderful.
Yeah.
See, this was
The wheels
space.
are already turning.
We donate. We like to donate.
Very good. Yes, I will
So
take it.
you mentioned the donation to the charity for y'all's event. I know that besides that, of course, all of the other groups, different charity events. I know when the Elvi and Sassy Racks did their event a month or 2 ago, what have you, that y'all were there. That There's I'm sure several other events that y'all do for charity as well. Can y'all tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah, we do a lot of different support of different charities, different causes. Some of them are things that we go and perform at. Some of them are things that charity walks that we'll go and be a part of, or go and cheer on the people who are walking.
Yeah.
Some of them are donating. I know. Also, there's with the coastal restoration, there was bagging up the oyster shells for coastal restoration to go be put back and create reef. And there's too many things to mention, honestly.
Right, yeah.
Whenever my husband does our taxes at the end of the year, he's like, what's all the things that you've donated to? I'm like, oh gosh, I don't even know. Anytime something comes up, and it's great too, because if we have causes that we're passionate about within the group, we'll be like, hey, I'm doing this, does anyone want to come with me? Or I'm going to do this fundraiser, does anyone want to contribute to it? And everyone will. And it's hard to remember all of the contributions throughout the year.
So part of the contract to be a member is you have to have 3 what we call philanthropy credits.
Okay.
And everybody blows that number out of the water every year. Like
Yeah.
that's what you have to roll in Mardi Gras. And I mean, I don't think we ever have a member that has only 3. Even our out-of-town members have more than 3.
Right, yeah.
Because it's a really passionate group about giving back, and that was something that was super important to us when we founded the group. And then one of our credits we call an OTG, which means an on the ground, which means, all the money in the world is fantastic at an organization, but if there's no way to implement those funds and have people actually taking that money and doing something with it, then what good is it? So one of our credits requires your presence. You have to show up for your community. You have to show up and be present and give back in some way. Like she mentioned, like bagging the oysters, like we actually go and bag them ourselves and go out in the boats and put them out. That's with CRCL as well. Christmas trees, they take the Christmas trees out, same thing, and build reefs out there.
I'm not afraid of getting like oyster juice on your costumes.
Well, sometimes we don't wear our costumes. This may be more something. Yeah, this may be more something we'd wear to an event like that. Just because, we wouldn't want to risk those. Or our wings sometimes, I like to call it wing whipping. When I turn around and just like smash into somebody with them, and I'm like, sorry, you got wing whipped just then. So sometimes when we're in close quarters working on something, the wings are a bit treacherous for others, for people's
Especially
safety.
people who are short, eye level.
So we take those off for those kind of events. But we try to do as much as we can. Toy drive with the Beigerettes, that's coming up.
Okay.
We'll be performing at their function, and that's going to be so much fun. NOLA Craft Culture, I believe, is where they're having that.
Yeah.
Toys for Tots, they're going to do that toy drive. And then they're having like a fun little party at Craft Culture where we're going to have some crews dancing and stuff to support them. Crew love is true love. Like if so many of the crews, like we help each other out. We want to be at everything for everybody.
I love how they all do that. I mean, it seems like every crew, there's no competition to me.
No.
It's just all, hey,
It's
what
really
are y'all
special.
doing? We're throwing, we
Just
help out.
just being like at a lineup, you're walking to find your crew, and everyone you walk past is like, have fun, you look beautiful. So it's great.
So much support. It really is such a fun environment. And it's a very small world, even though there's so many crews. It's like a really tight-knit, small community. So you end up being like, oh yeah, I know 75 of those people and 20 of those people, and just from lineups and events where we're all there. And
met a couple hundred of them now, so.
Yeah.
And then you meet them out at other functions or whatever. Yeah, we've come to know quite a few of them.
Yeah.
It's
much
always
fun.
hilarious when we're just at a parade and there's bound to be somebody next to us like, how the hell y'all know everybody?
Right.
They see you getting all your bounty, and they're like, dang it.
So we've said it a bunch of times. It is true, that the camaraderie of the groups for us is so plaudable. Not just within the group, but like he was saying, there's not really competition. It's not like the people who aren't within the circle of it. They would almost think that it's like I called it the Sharks and the Jets. To where like it would be like a dance off or whatever, but it's like no, you see all of the different dance teams, marching groups, etc. And it's like a reunion when they're showing up at parade lineups and at at different functions, to support each other, and it's so awesome,
Yeah.
and
It's like the marching bands were always more of a competition. Well, like friendly competition.
Sure.
yeah,
Just like there's never a Southern Grambling winner. It's whoever side you're sitting on, they won, right?
right.
So, I mean, that's just how it is. But, I mean, yeah, I've never actually seen any sort of competition in the
No, not at all.
new school dance crews.
No.
I mean, when we had our Fae Dojo, we had asked some of them to come perform, and it was our first year doing it, and they did not hesitate, and they turned up. I mean, it's not like one or two people from each crew.
No,
They
it's
came
like
out.
30 of them.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And some of them donated throws. We'd have a silent auction. They donated throws. Do you need help with anything? I mean, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's really magical. To not to use it as a pun or whatever,
Wait,
Totally
right.
fine. We love it.
So, where can people follow y'all online?
All of the things.
Oh, yeah.
All of the things.
If you're on a social media thing, we're on it. Facebook, Instagram. Actually, I guess we don't have a TikTok. I don't know.
We don't have a TikTok, but we do have Twitter. Although don't ask me how the Twitter works because I don't do the
Formerly
Twittering.
Twitter, currently,
Oh yeah, I didn't even know that it changed the name.
Right, yeah.
But the strongest presence is going to be Facebook, Instagram, and our website, crescentcityfae.com.
Okay.
Yeah, and Facebook is Crescent City Fae, and our Instagram is CC Fae Nola.
CC Fae.
And you can follow us for updates. If you are thinking about auditioning, that's the way that I got involved myself. I just was following the Fae on Instagram, and I saw the auditions come up, and I was like, well, now or never.
Yep.
So
Yep.
if you're out there, now or never, in April.
And we have cards printed. This year we decided, we've dabbled with them in the past, but we decided to try them again this year. We have little cards that members have on the route so that when we see people who are like, oh my God, how can I be one of you? We have a card that actually has our information, our audition date, our Fae Dojo date, and where to find more information on our website and such for those events as well. So
Okay,
be on the lookout
perfect.
for the cards too. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I really appreciate y'all coming out
Yeah.
today. I mean, I love to hear the stories of all the different groups, and hearing that origin story, that each one is unique, and the tale that the group tells in the long run is unique and inspiring.
We're so humbled that people continue to know us, want to be with us, ask us to come and talk with you. Like it's always so humbling to hear that people want to hear what we're doing and they want to be a part of it or they want to support us. London, we're going to London. Yep, the tourism board for London contacted us and asked if we'd come be a part of their New Year's Day parade.
Oh, okay.
And we're just like, what? Sure, our tiny little crew, why not?
I think it was the Amigos.
The Disco
They did,
Amigos are
yes.
going this year,
Yeah.
yeah. And then the Amelia Earharts have been a couple of times now.
Yeah.
And so we are just overwhelmingly humbled and excited to go and represent New Orleans. And
My understanding is that is fabulous. Like, that is a great
That's what we've
trip,
heard.
And apparently they treat y'all like queens.
They have already. I mean, we haven't even gone yet. And they already are.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
they came in and flew in and gave us an official invitation. And we got to hang out at Fat Harry's with them for a little bit and talk more about the parade. And I mean, it sounds amazing.
When
We're
next
very
time you
excited.
see them, mention, the little podcast.
Yeah.
We've never been to
We need-
London.
That's right. He's right. Well, it's going to be broadcast in the United States. So maybe we can just ride on that and be like, oh, it's being broadcast in the United States, but do we have like some U.S. broadcasting people on the ground
Right,
there?
right, yeah.
If there's anyone
You know,
you know what? We
maybe.
do, actually, if you're interested.
We've got some guys who would be perfect for it. We can, we'll work that out.
Yeah,
I appreciate
See what we can
that.
do.
we're good at that.
Yeah, no, it's a massive TV audience. I mean,
Yes.
a ridiculous number.
Yes.
I forget what he told us, but it was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
BBC, I believe, covers it. So it's like,
Well, and also if you want to
Overall,
audition
gets
to dance and come join us
Right.
and be in the parade,
Exactly.
there we go.
that's also an
Yeah.
option.
Come on.
So y'all are doing that for New Year's 2025, I assume?
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
24, 25 will be there. Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an amazing adventure opportunity.
Definitely.
So
Yeah. It
I'm
feels
grateful to be involved.
super
for sure.
grateful. I wake up sometimes and I'm like, we're actually doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was very concerned. I'm like, how are we going to get our wings over there? Like, how is that going to work?
Yeah, logistically speaking.
You fly.
there's a lot.
You fly. I use my wings and fly.
Right, yeah.
I've never flown that far before, so I was a bit concerned. But they've taken such good care of us.
Just
They're
island
like,
hop. You know?
Yeah.
right? Yeah. No, they handle it all. They do all of our parade logistics and anything we need
We
sent
just need
over.
to show up,
Yep.
which is
Wow.
perfect.
Yeah. We will be there.
Real quick, you'd mentioned the wings, y'all's costumes. How do y'all go about, let's say I become a pixie.
Okay.
Do I create my own costume, or is it kind of like a package thing, and then you add your own accoutrements to it, per se?
Yeah, so there is, depending on which character you choose, there are some guidelines. You mentioned pixie. So, in fact, I don't know if you noticed this year, our pixies are totally different. We have a brand new look for our pixies this year. They are all purple. Previously, they were mossy greens, but because we have the element of earth, there started to be some crossover there, and we just didn't feel like they stood out on their own enough. So we picked a different color. So they are head-to-toe purples, different shades, and they look phenomenal. It is beautiful. I'm a little bit jealous, to be honest. It's very, very pretty.
Purple's my favorite color.
So when you pick your character, and like for sprites, when you are asked to join our crew and you accept, we have what we call the claiming. And the claiming is crew-wide. All of our characters get claimed. The sprites don't know their element until claiming. So when they fill out their audition forms, they give us like a ranking of which element calls to them the most. And we try our hardest to give everybody at least their second choice, their first or second choice. We fill in as we need to try and balance our numbers of each element.
Yeah, you don't want to have 40 fire and then
Yes.
one earth, one wind,
Right.
Exactly. And then at claiming, they find out which element they are. And then we also claim all of our pixies, pans, and elves. And a lot of times when people join as a pixie, pan, or elf, we don't tell people what they're going to be. Like, they're like, oh, yeah, don't tell anybody what I am yet. And so then it comes out at claiming what they're going to be. And then we have what we call making the magic. And that's where we get into more specifics about your costumes. For sprites and pixies, we wear a corset. And those corsets are made by local corseter here in town, Isabella Corsetry, does all of our corset work. And she's phenomenal and open to the public if anybody needs one. She really helps us out. She's got a ton of experience with moving corsets, because a lot of corsets are meant for the camera or the catwalk. And they're not meant to withhold the rigorous dancing that we do for several hours.
Right, yeah.
So she's very skilled in that way. She does some other crews as well. So we're always really happy with her work. So, and then there's a color palette to choose from for that. And then for our elves and pans, they have a little bit more freedom. They're not quite as regimented, but there are specifics that you're supposed to have, like, of course, your ears,
Your
pans,
horns.
your horns. For the pans, must have horns. They must have the legs.
But as someone who likes to do a lot of making up of costumes and different things for each parade, I vote elves or pans.
She's not biased at all. So. But it is always really fun to see where people take their costumes. There's not a single sprite that takes their element to the same place. Like me personally, as I'm an air element, I do more on like the clouds and the thunder and the lightning.
Okay.
A little bit of rain. I guess I'm originally from Seattle, so I guess that's just in my soul. But then we have another air that's completely like feathers and birds, and then we have one that's like all planets and stars. Like, it's really fun to see where people take them. The elves are all very different. Like, some are very woodland, some are more like the like a warrior kind of vibe. Like, it's so much fun to see where people end up taking their look. And sometimes it's really fun because it takes people a while, so you get to like watch this evolution of like where they end up. I tried really hard to be a bird. It did not work out for me. It was not my look.
But yeah, everyone very much gets to bring elements, accoutrement, to their look.
That's what's really fun because
Okay.
you can personalize it.
Sure.
Our costumes, if I'm an Earth Sprite, I do have the same costume as the other Earth Sprites. However, the wigs that I can wear, the way that I do my makeup, the headpieces, I can individualize it so much. And I love that because we never look exactly the same, which I feel like is really fun.
Yeah. We have like just enough to tie us together and make us look
Right.
like we are a cohesive group. But then there's a lot of individualized details.
Right, getting to know everyone as individuals
Yeah.
in that way as well.
Yes.
Right. There's
So
a lot of
much fun.
freedom too, which I enjoy.
Yeah. We have a couple female pans this year, so we're very
Okay.
excited about that. They're so cute. They're the cutest things. But we're still waiting for male dancers, so
Yes.
Yeah.
Why you won't let us try out till next April?
I said right here.
Right.
This is like any floor can be a dance floor. Yes.
And you didn't take it.
Right. Yes. Yes. There's still time.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, again, thank y'all so much for coming out. I wish y'all nothing but success. I look forward to seeing, all of the groups that come on. I look forward to seeing all the groups as they, come down the parade route, and, being a follower on online. It's inspiring, and it's beautiful to see all the different, the events that y'all participate in, and when y'all put out different, due to lack of better words, art pieces, to where, hey, look what I'm making with my costume, or look what this group did, so on and so forth. So it's really cool, and
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing y'all out there every year.
And vice versa. We look forward to seeing you guys too.
So
We're so thankful. I mean, it pours down rain and people are there. It's just wonderful to see that people want to see the show and we want to be it.
yeah,
Yeah, the support is really special
It
to
is.
see firsthand.
Yeah, forever you're stuck seeing us go, look, hey!
Well, we love that.
We do. You know what's so
absolutely love
funny
that.
is like people that you see all day long, your friends, your family, your coworkers, you see them on the route and it's like you've never seen them before. You're like,
right, yeah,
there you are. And you're just like, I saw you 2 hours ago, but oh my God.
yeah,
Yeah. It's the best.
The parade brings the magic.
It does.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Yes. Thank you so much.
So glad
Really
to be
appreciate
here.
it.
Thank you.
thank you. Signing out. We will see you on the route. Thanks again for tuning in. Be sure to check out tonight's guests online. You can check them out at links all listed over here. Also, if you like us, you can support us. You go to our website. You can purchase our shirts and
These
Couple
beautiful
other-
things.
couple other goodies that we have out there. And be sure to follow us online as well. The links are all over here. And while you're at it, be sure to click that subscribe button down there and the little bell to stay in touch on when we put out new content. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the route.